Just some good old boys. Every time I see a picture of Tom, Wopat, and John Schneider together, I can't help but think of the iconic song that was sung at the beginning of The Dukes of Hazzard by Waylon Jennings. The Dukes of Hazzard was a fun show. I spent countless hours glued to the TV watching the adventures of Bo and Luke Duke. And can I just admit it now? Well, I never really liked Boss Hogg. I always kind of had a soft spot for Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane. But hey, that's not what this video is about. Instead, I want to focus on the enduring friendship of the two lead actors. These guys have remained friends through thick and thin. It's the kind of thing that you don't see much in the industry anymore. And quite frankly, it's missed. What can I say about the Dukes of Hazzard? Everyone knows the gist of the show. The great chemistry between the lead actors, the amazing car stunts, Daisy Duke and her short shorts. All of those components made for a fun and engrossing 60 minutes of television comedy. The show ran for 7 seasons. It also spawned a couple of reunion movies, as well as a theatrical feature and another straight-to-video movie about the boys' early years. Throughout it all, Tom Wopat and John Schneider have been a class act. They've never turned up their noses to the show that gave them their start. They remember, and they recognize the nostalgia that people feel for the show has played a large part in their career longevity. They have been able to leverage their fame and friendship over the years in a variety of different ways. One of my absolutely favorite Wopat-Schneider reunions was on the CW television series Smallville. Now, by the way, I am a bit of a comic book geek, but that's not why I love this. On that show, Schneider played Clark Kent's earthly father, Jonathan Kent. He was a recurring cast member and was on the show, I think, almost every season. But wouldn't you know it, the producers found a way to reunite Schneider with Wopat on that show that allowed for multiple callbacks to the Dukes of Hazzard TV series. It was on this show that I first felt like the duo might be forever tied to each other in a good way. We've also seen them in those Auto Trader commercials a few years ago. This time the shout-outs to the Dukes of Hazzard, well, they weren't as subtle. And still, it was great to see them play off each other both as Schneider and Wopat, as well as, Bo and Luke Duke again. And over the years, both Tom and John have been forces within the musical industry as well. On their own, they have been chart toppers, particularly within the country music genre. Wopat and Schneider have also performed together on stage many times, and finally, in 2014, the duo collaborated on a holiday album together. It was a musical partnership that yielded a gem of an album that not only played well on country music stations, but it crossed genres and played well on many radio stations across the US. So anyway, all of this, well, it got me thinking about another iconic comedy show and what the two lead actors did afterwards. Based on that, hey, I have a suggestion. So, the show that I'm talking about is The Andy Griffith Show. Way back in the 60s, when that show first aired, actors Andy Griffith and Don Knotts, well, it was undisputable. They had an incredible chemistry on screen together. That acting partnership was filled with the same type of joy that I see with Wopat and Schneider. Later on, Griffith had another successful show called Matlock, and within the premiere of the 3rd season of that show in 1989, he made a calculated decision to ask Don Knotts back to be a recurring character on that show. The show wasn't a comedy, but rather it was an episodic courtroom drama. But you know what? What worked for comedy also worked really well within this show. The pairing just worked. It's because of the chemistry and the friendship, the genuine friendship that these two actors had. Just like the genuine friendship that Wopat and Schneider had. Here's my thought. I would love to see something similar with Tom and John. Let's get them together in a drama. It needs to be a different type of show than the Dukes of Hazzard. Something that allows them to demonstrate that chemistry, demonstrate that friendship that has been carefully cultivated over the years, but also allows them to do something artistically different. Sure, there can be some comedy, and a song every now and again wouldn't be a bad thing, but let's see a different side of that friendship. You know, Ben Matlock was very different than Sheriff Andy Taylor, and that was a good thing. So that's it. Do you agree with me that Tom Wopat and John Schneider need to return to TV in a high-profile network drama? Let me know in the comments section. Truthfully, you know what? Things like TV shows and music and movies, well, whether we like them or not, or whether we think something's a good idea, well, it's real subjective, and there are no wrong opinions. So please, feel free to share yours. And if you like this video, I'd love it if you could give it a thumbs up. That's how I'll know if I should make more like this. And also, I would be honored if you'd consider subscribing to this channel. But most importantly, as always, thank you so much for watching.